Welcome to the Tea Party Howdy channel. First the left gave us the lockdowns, and now they're giving us the riots. Thank you very much. We know that the lockdowns, there is zero evidence to show that the lockdowns affected the death rate. Zero. We have lots of evidence that these riots are increasing the death rate. First, the left gave us the lockdowns. Now they're giving us riots. They told us, the blue states, then some of the red states followed. Not all the red states locked down. There was not a single blue state that didn't lock down. There were red states that didn't lock down, and oh my gosh, by golly, death rate wasn't any different than the lockdown ones, but they were able to keep their businesses going. Of course, does it really matter if you're going to riot and destroy them? So the rioters are finishing the destruction that the lockdown started. How many businesses had already gone under? Now they don't even have anything to sell because it's getting destroyed by looters and rioters. So they can't even do a closing estate sale. Let's take a look at what the left thinks about the world. Here's Real Clear Politics, an aggregation site. American cities are racked by another night of violent protest. Wall Street Journal calls them violent protest. You could say riot, I don't know why they don't. Why Americans can't return to normal. Thanks, CNN. Prosecute Antifa for terror campaign against the U.S. Andrew McCarthy, Fox News. Violent protests are not the story. Police violence is. Vox. And here you go. And LA Times has almost the exact same headline yesterday. Violent protests are not the story. Police violence is. So all of those cities that have burned down buildings, destroyed businesses by looters, they're not just closed down because of a lockdown. No. Now the stuff is being removed from them and physically destroyed. Don't pay any attention to that. Look over here at the police violence. And I have a solution to that police thing. Here's how it goes. Americans don't let Americans get treated like that. Americans don't let Americans get treated like that. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter who you want to sleep with. It doesn't matter what clothes you want to wear. Americans don't let Americans get treated like that. Get the racial stuff out of it every single time. When you see something bad like that happen, you say, that doesn't happen to Americans. Americans deserve better. Americans will get better. Americans must get better. Get the racial crap out of it, because there is nothing but division from inserting the race into it. Don't say white lives matter, that's racist. See what I mean? There's your division. You know, you got these lefties forever screaming, oh, celebrate diversity. The root word of diversity is divide. Are you blind or are you not blind? And instead, no, you're totally cool with the division. You want different graduation ceremonies for the different races, like almost every university does now and has done for a while. And you want different dorms for different colored races, like almost every major university does now. They want the division. When they say celebrate diversity, they mean it. Celebrate the division of our country. When people say diversity is our strength, how is dividing anything a strength unless you're in math class? If you want to bring different things together in order to accomplish something good, oh, and I'm going to say it, like the Super Friends, oh yeah, I went there. That's what you're going to get on this channel. Hot politics and lots of pop references from the entertainment world. Sorry, I live in both. The Super Friends. Did you ever see Superman going, oh man, I wish I had an invisible plane. You know, it's just not right that you do. That's disparity. Did you ever see Aquaman going, darn, how come I can't go out at night and beat people up like Batman does? And did you ever see Batman going, Martha, stop it. No. And Batman's not like, whoa, I could talk to the animals, like the dolphins and the whales? Wouldn't that be grand? No, it was stupid. That wasn't diversity was their strength. It was the variety. The root word of diversity is divide. The root word of variety is variant. You put diverse plants together, you are asking for trouble. You put a variety of plants together, maybe yes, maybe no. It's just a collection of different things. Diversity is divide, and holy mackerels is it working. After 4 days without police, neighborhoods protect themselves. Can you blame them? Yet those cops are still getting paid. Minnesota, now the most volatile swing state of all. Well, glad to see you're thinking about November. How the pandemic, do we still have a pandemic? Can you have a pandemic and riots at the same time? I don't hear a lot of talking about the pandemic anymore. How the pandemic may have readied us for this protest. Well, gee, thanks. That sounds great. End the lockdown, stop the riots. This is coming from an economist, so that's okay. How Trump's attacks on China, who cares? 23 questions Biden needs to answer by China. Once again, who cares? Dear Jack, just pull the plug on Trump. Maureen Dowd, New York Times. Now, this is another example of the left with all of the just pull the plug, censor him. Don't let him talk. We all know that these so-called platforms that are out there for multimedia, social media, they all are riddled towards the left. And if you come from the right, and it's amazing, this channel will never be monetized. Okay? Just pull the plug. Just censor them. We don't want to argue with you. We want to tear down things. We want to burn things. And now we are. First, we told you to lock down. Now we're going to come out with hammers and destroy everything. Twitter gets its facts wrong on voter fraud. Is anyone surprised? The Trump administration failure to learn. No, New Yorker. Your failure to learn. You've spent 3 years. And if you think he's going to lose an election after all this against Biden, wait till those debates occur. What was the quote? It's Mike Tyson against a baby. You're going to put America. Look at the mayor of Minneapolis. I read an article last night. He said all the right things. He did all the right things. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. If he did all the right things, there would not be 4 or 5 days of riots. That's not the right thing for most of us. Unless you're one of those rioters out there, then you're like, ooh, he said the right thing. I get to go get free stuff and break things. How the cootie could help heal our democracy. Yeah, this must have been written a few days ago. Flynn's transcripts don't care. SpaceX finally sends humans to space. What's next? Now that's the thing. Watching the launch yesterday, I was terrified. I was so afraid. We've had so many incidents that have gone poorly. It is nightmarishly dangerous to be on top of a bomb. And that is what every astronaut does when they go to space. They're on top of a bomb that they want to explode going one specific direction, thus creating thrust to create escape velocity and fly at 7 miles a second to leave the Earth's orbit. And they did it. And on all the other channels, the riots. 1969 all over again. It's disgusting. Americans don't let Americans get treated like that. There was no one that disagreed with that. Everybody was on board for this one. But they had to go and racialize it. And once they racialized it, then you got the riots. That's all you needed. You just needed the excuse. It's as simple as black and white. Instead of saying, which we should always say because there's humongous benefits to unifying instead of diversity, Americans don't let Americans get treated like that. You got the video. Everybody was on board. You didn't need anything else. The trial would have happened. He would have most likely gone to jail. And if they really do, if we survive this, because now we have 2 things to survive, not to mention all of the terror of the fraud for the upcoming election. All this mail-in ballots, Why are we doing mail-in ballots? The lockdowns were starting to come off. The election's not till November. Why are we doing... What is the purpose of doing mail-in ballots when the election is June, July, August, September, October, November? 4 months away. 4 months, and the lockdowns are already coming off. And you want to do... Nope. Constantly changing the rules. You remember after the 2016 election, you got all those celebrities and media people saying, "Oh, hey, you delegates, you don't really have to vote for Trump. You really don't. You don't." They wanted to change the rules. Then the delegates did what they were supposed to do, and Trump was elected, and it was certified. And then they said, "We're not going to go to your inauguration because you're orange and you're bad." Oh, so you can call people names about their skin color now. That's funny. For 8 years, we were told if you said he's slim, that's racist. We were told if you said anything that had any of the describers of Barack Hussein Obama, it was racist. And you know we did. You can go back and look up the news stories if you can't remember them. They are there. But now, oh, orange man, bad. He's morbidly obese. They constantly attack him personally. Fine. Why isn't it racist? Because it wasn't racist before. And it's not racist now. America, if you're going to be Americans, you have to treat each other like Americans. And that means you can't scream, "Oh, I wear funny clothes. Oh, I like this person to hug and kiss. Oh, I look like this in the mirror." No. If you're going to be Americans, you got to be Americans. You have to let go of everything else, because everything else leads to fights over and over and over. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. The left gave us the lockdowns, and the left gave us the riots, and the left does not like e pluribus unum. You can't have identity politics and e pluribus unum, and you can't have a functioning country if you're going to constantly censor people, like Maureen Dowd said. And you can't have a functioning country if you're going to stomp your feet and break buildings every time things were going their way. Everybody agreed, and they still stomped their feet and broke things for night after night when everybody agreed with them. What the duck? We'll see you in the future.